Pristine is over the counter. And then there's also Synthroid, which helps with the side effects of lithium.
My next guest was also a repeating guest. Gigi Langer is pretty well known for her book 50 Ways to Worry Less and initially agreed to tell OTR the top 5 and later 6 through 10. She also appeared in the Only Video YouTube episode back in June of 2022. We have been releasing all the audio episodes as YouTube episode audio only. Visit our channel for the last 40 or so episodes with the link in the description of this episode. So here are some clips of that first show.
Over about 30 years, I have thought out different ways to help my own worry mode, shall I call it, my what I call the whispered lies that go on in my head that are trying to tell me negative things about myself and other people. We can change that through a variety of tools. It takes consistent practice and work and sometimes therapy. But we can change how we think. We can change those negative neural pathways in the brain. We can bring to bear spiritual tools if that appeals to us. Energy work like tapping or EMDR. We can change how we think about things and how we see the world from a negative to a more positive.
If you were to tell, like you say, 50 ways, could you say what the top 5 might be?
Sure.
That'd be great.
And let me put one of the, I would say number 1 would be meditation, but not in the way that we might misconstrue it. I really like guided meditations because that keeps my mind focused on the speaker who is leading me along a path that's, I might stray, but that voice is there to bring me back and remind me to come back. So even if it's a 10-minute or a 20-minute. So, of course, we have now these wonderful apps on our phones. My favorite is Insight Timer, INSIGHT, Timer. And it's very cool. You can pick a 10-minute one or 5-minute one. You can pick any topic. So if there's a day that I'm feeling so focused on pain in my body, I can choose a meditation that applies to that. And then, usually I lie down. The other thing is you don't have to sit in the lotus position, Yeah. So these rules that people have put on, really, the whole point is to kind of let go of the rules and the judging and the controlling and just allow ourselves to focus on one thing, which is a huge relief for our brain. And I did take an 8-week course just because I'm like you. I have a very overactive mind. I'm a highly sensitive person. I have struggled with anxiety. And there's a course that's science-based in it was developed at University of Massachusetts Medical Center. And the guy's name is pretty well known, Jon Kabat, Kabat, Zinn, Zinn. And it's called Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction. And it's an 8-week course. It's offered all over the world because they've been training trainers forever. And because it's centered in a medical center, they've gathered huge amounts of data on it. And it's very, very impressive in terms of trauma, stress, depression, et cetera, et cetera. So that would be my number 1. Not that you have to go to a training like mindfulness-based stress reduction, but I did because I knew I needed training,
The choices that people make is there's this big stigma that you can't try to do other things rather than drinking and, that quick fix. A lot of people don't.
Right.
People don't want to admit they have the problem. They're ashamed. And
that's why I started with honesty, and then I don't have to figure this out on my own. There's a power